I wake up and eat friggin' 6,000 foot elevation gain for breakfast. I do it every day.
Welcome to episode number 11 of the PCT hike. Today is day 69 of our hike. Smash the like button for that. We're heading out of Quincy right now. Got about 2.5 days before we get to Chester. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm trying to get to 40,000. All right, let's get a ride. And there's no cars coming. I timed that great. Oh, here comes a pickup truck. Come on, dog. Smile.
Smile and wave, boys.
Smile and wave.
Yeah, f that guy. Alright, we are at camp. We did like 19 point something today, a shorter day coming out of town, and we're actually kind of in another town right now. And by town I mean it's a store and a campground. It's like a little rest stop here. This is the setup tonight, camped right next to the Belden Powerhouse. Even though we only did like 19 miles today, we descended well over 5,000 feet, pretty big climb down, and then tomorrow we have to go up a very aggressive climb. I don't know how steep it's gonna be. It's like 14 miles of up and 5,725 feet of elevation gain. That little blue dot, that's where we are, and we gotta go all the way to the top up there. It's also burnt out like a lot of the stuff you guys saw today, which means it's gonna be exposed, it's gonna be hot, so we're gonna get up early and crank it out in the morning. Hopefully get those 13.6 miles done before the heat of the day.
I'm tired, 4 miles straight downhill. Beat me up, mostly my knees.
What are your thoughts on the climb tomorrow?
I don't know, I'm tired right now. I'll be able to tell you better in the morning.
We will see you folks and the floss in the morning.
Sounds good.
All right, it's the morning. Flossie's now ready to share some thoughts.
Well, let me tell you what. You know, I wake up and eat friggin' 6,000 foot elevation gain for breakfast. It really ain't no big deal. I've got a fail-proof system, and it consists of 3 steps. Step 1 is tack her up. Step 2 is dump her. And step 3 is just friggin' let her eat right up the friggin' hill, dude. You know, ain't really nothing to it. I do it every day, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem.
There's nothing I can say that's gonna top that, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna go take a shit. And now let's get after what might be the biggest climb on the whole PCT so far. I'm at the top. I left at about 5:50 a.m. this morning. It honestly wasn't that bad. It wasn't really steep at all. It's just unrelentless uphill, very gradually. It's kind of crazy. It's not even 10:30 a.m. yet, and I've already climbed 5,700 feet in elevation gain, and I feel pretty good. I didn't really stop at all the entire climb. I filled up my bottles, but I didn't sit down or take my pack off or anything because I'm a fucking savage. Just kidding. Feels good to be up here, and the next many miles of trail are not that bad, at least in terms of elevation gain. They're probably just as burnt as this shit though. Just burnt to a crisp. It's kind of sad to see, honestly. I believe all this burnt stuff we're hiking through right now is a result from the Dixie fire, very recent, and unfortunately we're gonna have to hike through this for the next few days. Hopefully it'll be kind of off and on. It's been pretty much all forest fire burnt stuff today so far. Look at that. Trail Magic. What's your name, man?
My name's Coffee.
Coffee. Thank you very much.
You're
Was
very
not
welcome.
expecting
It's
this
my
today.
pleasure.
Freaking Trail Magic, dude, in the middle of this burnt ass forest. So cool. Not sure how much further, at least 7, possibly more miles. It's still early, it's not even 2 p.m. yet, but that climb this morning is starting to catch up to me. But it is what it is. Let's keep going.
Today is a special day. Why is it a special day today? Why? Where are we going today?
Halfway.
I like it. So much special stuff going on these next few days. So not only are we going to reach the halfway point in just a few hours here, but also
We get to go to town.
we're going to Chester tonight so we can celebrate. And then tomorrow, editor Luke is going to be hiking with us. He's flying into Sacramento, California tonight, and then he has to make his way to freaking Chester somehow before we leave in the morning tomorrow. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but he's going to try. So hopefully you guys will get to see him.
Yeah, buddy! Fucking halfway, let's go!
Oh yeah.
Boom! See that shit? Halfway there. The actual halfway point's about 3 miles further north, but this is where the monument is, so this is where we celebrate.
We here. Let's go.
Hell yeah. You made it.
This halfway point's a lot different than it was on the AT, because in the AT you're in like Harper's Ferry. I mean, it's not the technical halfway point, but it's basically the halfway point. But here you're just in the middle of the woods in a bunch of burnt trees, but still halfway, and it still feels pretty good.
Wow.
It's all over the way.
Take her home with you.
Probably wouldn't increase his pack weight that much.
Scattered around. And you can put them in place.
Sweet.
Or you could be free.
Can't I just die here on the beach with my fingers in the sand and the water at my feet? Can I just get some release? Yeah, everybody falls off the tippy of they tall talk. Don't come and talk to me. I ain't trying to see fear reflections in my rear view, deflectors in my purview coming after me. Got some issues with my worldview. I iron out the kinks. I ain't trying to be king. Crowns ain't the way to bring love.
All right, we spent the night in Chester last night, and at about 1:30 in the morning, a surprise guest showed up to our hotel room, and you're gonna get to see him in just a second. Look who it is, everybody!
Let's go, baby!
Luke, the one who's been putting all these videos together. He's out for a few days. It's gonna be sweet.
That's right, baby. Let's get hitched.
Floss has come up with a solution for his sternum strap failure.
Big shout out to Mark, who gave us a hitch from Chester. Honestly, I felt bad taking this apart. It was like some kind of a trinket thing. You know, it's getting put to good use.
Nice and colorful. Are you having a boy or a girl? You really don't know.
Having twins, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we'll see when I start hiking, I guess.
State your age,
Wonder how to
sex, and
drive.
location. No, don't do that.
ASL.
How'd you feel in your... I guess it's not your first day ever on the PCT because
Oh my gosh.
you've done a little bit, but how'd you feel today? First day on trail in a while.
I felt all right.
You're gonna have to blur your own bulge when you edit this, by the way.
What are you talking about? I don't have to blur anything I don't want to have to blur. So if you go watch my video, you'll see that this morning I decided to make the questionable decision to eat a egg sandwich that made the trip unrefrigerated from Georgia to Sacramento. It passed all the necessary tests, but anyway, I did throw up this afternoon, but afterwards I felt excellent. But just getting into that, flipping, eating, and drinking water, you know. Yeah, my pee was neon this afternoon.
Think you got 25 miles tomorrow.
Yeah, 25 tomorrow. We did 15 today. Yeah, we'll be starting much earlier. We started at noon today, so, I mean, should be all right. We'll start earlier.
This is kind of fun.
What, just clicking back and forth between, just focus on both of us?
Just make your job a little harder when you get back. All right, good night. We're doing another one of these shots where I just empty out my food bag and then fill it back up. I get to my
one or two of those in every single one.
Yeah.
It'd be like a 5 to 8 minute shot.
I'm always half asleep. I gotta get my coffee. I can't believe you don't drink coffee. In real life, you drink coffee?
No, I don't. No.
Damn.
I just made the decision like early on that I didn't need it.
That is incredible.
You just made a decision. You didn't drink it very much, that's why.
Well, I would drink it and be like, I don't get it. I don't get the fuss. Yeah, I just was like, I don't need it. It was an unnecessary expense.
It is true. It's just like my
if I
meth
felt like
habit.
I didn't need it. Your meth habit?
Yeah.
Yeah. That pesky meth.
I can't do it. You're making me laugh.
Come on.
Kyle here, and you know it's been really flat. I came to this water source, took a shit in it, big one by the way. You know we've got like a 4-mile water carry that's just really gonna be tough too. Good enough.
It's all over the waves. All the little pieces scattered around you. And you can put them in place. Or you could be free.
Wrote this in the kitchen of my mom's new house. This is me in best edition, but there's better coming out. I came out when I was 18 and my mom kicked me out. Now I'm sitting in the kitchen in a brand new house. Man, it's funny how it all panned out. Almost like the man upstairs got it all planned out. And I don't know if I believe that, but I know right now this is my moment, I'ma seize it, it won't all fall down. Letting go of the dark days I spend in my sneakers. Yeah, you can take them, try them all if you want. Been a hard thing to find something that I can believe in, but with that water looking back, I think I got it. Life is not a problem what you make a life, so solve it. If you don't open doors, they bound to keep revolving.
Hiking on through the burn zone today, and I think there's actually a storm, which is pretty rare. We haven't seen a storm since the freaking end of the desert or in the Sierra. It's been a long time. Heard some thunder. Yeah. Probably won't come across on camera too well, but yeah, there's some big old dark clouds back there. And this is not the best area to be hiking through during a storm because there's just dead trees everywhere. I think I might put the camera away, so that'll be one less thing to deal with if I start to get shit on. I got all paranoid back there. I put on my hazmat suit and 3 masks, and the storm didn't even come. I didn't even get rained on. I'm at camp now. We're chilling, and it's dinner time.
She would just make sex noises at night when everyone was trying to go to sleep.
Just trying to like figure people out.
Good morning, brother truckers. Probably should have thought through what I was gonna say before I started talking. Happens a lot. Ready for some stats about today? 7.7 miles until we get to a restaurant. So when we get there, I'm gonna eat approximately 7.7 pancakes. So I also heard they have milkshakes, and I'm really excited for a malt. You guys like malts? Do they have malts in where you're from? Where are you from? Oh yeah? I want a malt. I want pancakes. Means I gotta finish packing up so I can get there. Alright, we made it to the breakfast joint, but they're out of milkshakes. I have a feeling I'm not gonna get a milkshake for the rest of the trail, at least for the rest of California. Like a proper milkshake, not like a McDonald's milkshake. But we are gonna get some good breakfast food, so I'm looking forward to that. How was everything?
Alright, how does it look?
Delicious.
So Luke's gonna be heading to Burney a little early because look how burnt he is.
Well, burnt. We just have some growing pain, non-through hiker ailments, and it's hot. And there's all kinds of reasons not to hike. Because I hate hiking, and I know a few other people that also hate hiking.
The government issued like a heat, I don't know, some warning about the heat, so it's been pretty brutal, but we gotta hike through it. This man, he's only out for a few days. you can afford to take an extra day in town. I'm jealous, but we don't skip, so gotta get after it. A little update for you. It's brutally hot, man. Luke made the right decision to call this a little bit early because like it's about 100 degrees right now. And of course, the section of trail that we're on right now, it's been like this for the last few miles, and I think it's gonna be like this most of the day. Is just completely exposed. We're not even in the burn zone anymore. It's just exposed here, even though I can see forest literally right next to the trail. We've just been following the forest line and haven't actually gone into it. Oh, it's brutal. Thankfully, the trail is really, really easy for the rest of the day. It's like basically flat, so at least we don't have any big climbs, but damn, it sucks, man. Flossie's a little bit behind me. He's having an even harder time than I am right now, which is not normal because usually the heat f***s with me more than it f***s with him, but just gotta grit through it. I'm moving at a snail's pace today. I don't care if I get to camp at midnight. Can't overexert yourself when it's like this.
And change just to call you mine.
All right, I'm less than a mile from camp. Today was a humbling day, let me tell you. 100 degrees today, 16-mile water carry, although there was a source that was 8 miles in, so halfway through that carry, but it was like off the trail and steep, and I didn't want to deal with it, so I just carried water for 16 miles, and it's been exposed for this entire 16 miles as well. Quite literally feels like we're back in the desert in the middle of a heat wave. Oh man, Flossie's, I don't know how far behind he is, probably a ways. He was having a hard time with the heat today. He decided that he was just gonna wait until it started to cool off before he kept hiking. And the heat wave is not gonna end anytime soon. It's gonna be 100 tomorrow again. I just hope the trail is not as exposed and there's some more water. But we're also going to town tomorrow, going to Burney. We weren't planning on staying, we were planning on just going in and out, but after the ass kicking that was today, those plans might change. We're not really sure yet. We'll see. All right, good morning everybody. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'm gonna talk and walk this morning. I usually don't do that, but we got almost 18 miles to town, and it's gonna be 100 degrees again today, so I kind of want to just keep hiking to get there as quick as possible. Oh, after reflecting on yesterday, I think I can say that it was one of the hardest days of the whole PCT so far, maybe even the hardest. In the desert it was hot, but yesterday was even hotter than anything we hiked through in the desert. Yesterday was definitely the hottest day of the whole trail, and probably the hottest day of hiking I've ever done in my entire life. We really wanted to just crank out some big miles because we're only about 300 miles from the Oregon border. Man, I'm so excited to get there, but with this heat, man, I don't know. We weren't even gonna stay in Burney. Now we're thinking about staying tonight, and then we're even thinking about zeroing tomorrow just to wait out another day of 100 degrees. It's still gonna be hot after that, unfortunately. It's still gonna be in the 90s, but at least it'll be a little bit better. And I also think the trail after we leave Burney is supposed to be a lot more forested, so it'll be a little bit more manageable. Flossie's up ahead of me a little bit. Maybe when we get to town, I'll have him talk about what happened to him yesterday. Flossie did not have a good day yesterday. He was struggling even more than me. He got to camp like an hour and a half after I did. Kind of feel like he's gonna want to zero tomorrow. It's so stupid, like most people, if they want to zero, they just zero, but we're trying to move, man. It just feels kind of wrong. We weren't planning on zeroing in Burney. Hell, we weren't even planning on staying, so sometimes you just gotta listen to your body. We'll see how these 18 miles go. Caught up to the Flossmeister. We're about 8 miles from town. What happened yesterday?
In the morning, we hiked like 7 miles to this cafe in Old Station. Had a nice meal, drank some water, pounded a Gatorade before we left. So we knew it was gonna be a hot one. We actually got like an extreme heat warning on our phones. Got going, and a couple miles in, there was a pretty steep climb, and I was just going at my regular pace. It was all exposed, no shade. Kind of just caught me off guard, honestly, but I just got super lightheaded. Kind of felt like I was gonna faint. Kept going, found some shade, started again. It took me a couple hours probably to do like 3 miles. I just had to keep taking breaks in the shade. It was kind of concerning, not gonna lie. Luckily there was a water source. It sucked, it was 0.3 like all the way downhill, but it was nice cool water. I was able to dip my shirt and dip my hat, and honestly that was kind of a saving grace. And then hiked 8 miles to the water cache. Got there a little late. Yeah, there's just a pretty big heat wave going through here right now. It's probably not a good idea to risk our health We're gonna go into Burney, stay tonight, and then kind of take an unplanned 0. I think it's the right move. Even though our egos are trying to take over, we're filled with kind of a little bit more pride than maybe we should be, because it's very easy trail. We just kind of want to rip and get to Oregon, but I think this is the safe thing to take a 0. That's what's going on.
I was kind of debating about it, but I think this is the right move. It's kind of good that we can turn it on and rip, and have been, because like then it gives you chances to slow down and take a 0 when you really need one. I think we really need one. That's where we're at. Anyways, we'll see you in Burney.
Look how red my feet are right now. Insane.
Can you guys see how dirty I am? That's pretty nasty. And my shirt, extremely dirty. I'm a gross human being. We are in Burney. And we're zeroing. I already explained this, actually. I should just end it. My life. No, just kidding.
Do we still need to do a wrap?
All right, we had our 0. We got to go back on trail. But that means this video is over almost. You're about to get a very special treat. But before you get that special treat, let's congratulate Luke on 1,000 subscribers.
And all of you that are watching now, if you haven't subscribed, you should go do it, or I'll go poop in your vestibule. That's a promise, not a threat.
Thanks to everybody who subscribed to Luke. Without further ado, here's a little rap to end the video.
Let's get it. Oh yeah. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I missed it. It's the Burney. Hike through some murder trees. Exposing the damn heat. It's all good, got Mickey D's.
Yeah, heat warning, trees falling, blisters forming, still we're smiling, coyotes crying.
I hate hiking!